Today I'd like to take a little time to answer two of the most common questions I've received about our new Sentinel Box service. Number one, what on earth is a Sentinel Box? And two, how do you actually build one? I hope to answer these questions here today. The Sentinel Box is an implementation of Sentinel Forge Technologies' patent-pending cybersecurity architecture, the Secure Sentinel Network, or SSN. Every Sentinel Box is created by combining the same three basic ingredients: hardware components, software modules, and the baseline Sentinels. The term Sentinels refers to trap decoy systems which are configured to coax detectable behavior from an adversary that is looking to execute a cyber attack on the network. The hardware components needed for each Sentinel Box are computer resources such as processing power and memory, all-flash storage for high performance and reliability, and networking hardware, which allows the Sentinel Box to connect to a local computer network. Sentinel Boxes should be built using dedicated hardware, and they should be kept separate from the location's production network. It is preferred to build Sentinel Boxes using certified refurbished hardware, which significantly lowers costs and avoids the long lead times for new computer equipment. The Sentinel Box hardware is owned by the reseller, and its use is included in the service's monthly subscription price. Next are the software modules, which work together to provide the cybersecurity functionality of the Sentinel Box and are supported by the underlying hardware components. Each Sentinel Box must include the following software modules and the associated features. It must have software that allows the Sentinel Box's physical hardware components to be virtualized and allow these virtual resources to be assigned to multiple different software workloads. It must have one or more management interfaces, which allows all of the different Sentinel Box components to be managed and updated. It must have the ability to create backup copies of systems and their configurations, and have the ability to restore from these backup copies. It must have software that can monitor the deployed Sentinels and detect any and all attempts by computers, users, or devices on the local network to interact with a Sentinel in any way. It must have software that can analyze changes to the Sentinel Box environment, as well as any data gathered on the adversary's tools and tactics. And lastly, it must have the ability to communicate information about the detected cyber attacks and provide alerts to the defenders about the breach. Please note that the SSN architecture allows for multiple modules being fulfilled by the same software or utility, should it acceptably provide that needed functionality. The SSN architecture is designed to be an open system and allows any software product that fulfills any of the 6 modules to be used in the construction of a Sentinel Box. Sentinel Boxes should be built using existing tools and software products wherever possible. This will minimize both the upfront and operational costs of a Sentinel Box solution and will take advantage of the defender's existing investments in their IT infrastructure. The final essential component of a Sentinel Box are the baseline Sentinels. These are the population of virtual decoy trap workloads which run using resources from the Sentinel Box's hardware components. These virtual systems will be individualized and camouflaged to match the defender's environment, so that they will not be immediately obvious to a malicious attacker. The number of Sentinels deployed at a given location is determined by the size of that location's local network and the defender's cybersecurity posture. As a rule, larger networks will require more Sentinels to be protected. Any solution provided by a certified reseller that contains these 3 basic ingredients will be an example of a Sentinel Box. The assembled Sentinel Box is then deployed and connected to the computer network at the protected site. The Sentinel Box will now act as a digital burglar alarm for the protected site's digital private property, which will only be activated when a hacker has already broken through the metaphorical locked front door of traditional cybersecurity defenses and begin scanning the network for potential targets for their cyber attacks. I hope you found this interesting and that this helps answer your questions about how Sentinel Boxes are actually built. Thank you for your time and attention.